Hi, my name is Hossein Amirahmadi. I'm regulated immigration consultant. Today we're going to discuss about two groups, skilled worker and trade workers. We want to compare the two groups and see what's the difference between skilled workers and trade workers. So, first of all, the name skilled workers, federal skilled workers. In many countries, when you say skilled workers, it means someone with labor, like you're a mechanic, you're a pipe fitter, you're an electrician, that's a skilled worker. But no, here in Canada, it means different, or at least for express entry, immigration to Canada, it's a different meaning. We'll get to that as well. The other program is federal skilled trade workers. So these are two different programs. Now, trade workers, if you ask anybody here in Canada, what does it mean, a trade worker? It's a carpenter, it's a mechanic, it's the electrician, anything that relates to a trade job. That's where many people make a mistake. They think trade workers could be low jobs, but no, it's not that. So, people who are familiar with the old system that we had 100 points and you have to get minimum 67 points to be qualified as a skilled worker, that system still exists, but it's in the background. With express entry, you got 1,200 points. Out of those, 500 points is your personal points. It goes on your education, your work experience, your age, language ability. That's what makes you qualified for express entry. Now, a skilled worker. For a skilled worker, you need minimum language ability IELTS 6 or above. So the benchmark for the CLB, 7 or above. When it comes to work experience, your work experience related to your work, to your education, should be at least minimum of 2 years. Most knock codes. Now, if you go and read on immigration website, it probably tells you past 10 years, you need to have 1 year experience, 1 full year experience in the knock code that you're applying. But if you look at the requirements for the knock code, you'll see that it's not 1 year, it's minimum of 2 years. So that's why it's better to have minimum of 2 years work experience instead of just having 1 year work experience. When it comes to your language ability, there are a few different exams, IELTS exam, CELPIP, these two are the known one. Until 6-7 years ago, CELPIP, you could only take it in Canada. Now I know that in Dubai, you can UAE, you can take the exam. You can also take it in Turkey as well. I'm not sure about India, but I think they are starting there as well. So other than that, proof of funds. Proof of funds, normally if you have a job offer, you don't need to have a proof of fund. So that's one of the things that many people think, oh, because they don't have enough money in the bank, they are not qualified. That's not true. These are just for federal skilled worker program. It's not for trade. We get to trade as well. One major difference between the two programs is that with trade workers, federal skilled trade workers, you need to have a job offer. Without the job offer, it doesn't mean anything. But with a skilled worker, if you have enough points, then you can apply and you'll get an invitation. Let's say you are a skilled worker. If you have a PhD and you have at least 3 years work experience and your age is approximately 36 years of age with the IELTS 8 or above, you probably don't need a job offer. You'll have enough points to get the invitation in express entry. But with trade worker, it's not that way. No matter how many points you have got, you need to have a job offer. One of the companies, Canadian companies, needs to invite you to apply for a job offer, either based on LMIA or based on one of the PNP programs. Again, people who are familiar with the program, they know that 60 points out of 100 points for trade workers, it makes you qualified. Now, those systems are still exist in express entry, but it's in the background, you don't see it. So if you are a trade worker, high school diploma could be enough. Your IELTS 4 and above could be enough to enter the pool. It doesn't mean that you will get an invitation. it could be enough that you enter the pool. Your work experience, again, 2 years related to what you're applying for. Inadmissibility, that's one of the major problems that so many people get rejected for. Inadmissibility, you need to make sure you have a police clearance for both of them, trade workers or for skilled workers. Make sure that you have a police clearance so you don't run into a problem with that part of the application. We discussed the federal skilled worker and trade workers. We didn't mention anything about express entry. Express entry, we have had some videos about express entry by itself. It's umbrella. It covers different programs. Two of those programs is the skilled worker and trade workers. There are CEC, the Canadian Experience Class, and PNP program as well. But we are just discussing these two programs, skilled worker and trade workers. With trade workers, we mentioned that you don't need proof of fund if you're applying, and the trade workers with the job offer. So whenever you have a job offer, no need to have proof of fund. Many officers, they just waive the proof of fund because you have a job offer. So don't worry about the job offer. Now, one of the differences between the two is the IELTS score. So if you have an IELTS score of 4 and you're in a trade, if you have IELTS 4 or above, you can enter the pool. But for a skilled worker, you need minimum of IELTS 6 or above. Otherwise, you won't be able to apply as a skilled worker. One more thing, you want to understand if you're in a skilled worker or if you're a trade worker, you can either contact us. We'll try to help you. There is assessment form on our website. We'll put you the link here as well. The other way is when you create your profile. After you create your profile, the system tells you what you're qualified for. You're qualified for trade, you're qualified for skilled worker, or you're qualified for CC, Canadian Experience Class. So that's important to know. And if you want to know you are in trade or not, because there are so many different groups of it, contact us again. We'll leave you the link as well. There is a group NOC code 72, group 73, 82, 92, 63, and 633. There are supervisors, there are chef, there is butcher, there is several of them. You could check them on immigration website. We could assist you with that as well. So when we get to the draw, the express entry draw, probably you guys have noticed every 2 weeks there is a draw, but then it could be different programs. It could be PNP that you see the numbers of scores of very high, 700 something. It could be that it's CC, Canadian Experience Class, around 400 points. Now, because of COVID-19, they don't do many draws for trade workers or for skilled workers. These are kind of on hold. We are guessing that end of this year they will start again. The last one for skilled worker was December 2020, and the for trade workers was back in August 2020. So hopefully they will start them up again. Have your profile ready in Express Entry. That's very important. They need to know about you. Your education should be there. Your IELTS should be there. By the way, I didn't mention about the WS. You need to evaluate your education. That's very important again. Otherwise, you don't get the scores for your education. So your IELTS, your education, your work experience, put them all together, make a profile. If you cannot do that, let us do that for you as well. We can help you with the making a profile for Express Entry. Thank you so much for watching our video. Subscribe, turn on the notification, and we'll see you next time.